Alrighty. There we go. So, it's almost 10. I thought I was gonna spend my evening, maybe, I don't know, taking a break, playing some games. Going through the ginormous backlog of stuff I bought and haven't played yet. But there's too much cool crap that I'd like to buy. And for that I need a product. So I'm gonna use that motivation to get some more work done. And yeah, here we are. Alright, first things first. I would like to perhaps make a quick prop of a kind. Give me a quick second. I need to sketch something up. I'm gonna put together a cabinet. I technically don't need to. I could leave it for one of the other fellas to do, but we're here. I have an idea. We're gonna put it together. Okay. Let's do... that's too much, but okay. Okay, so we're looking at something along the lines of a cabinet. Okay. Okay. Inside I'm thinking of some sort of a diamond pattern. Okay. Sure. That works. Let's save this to Dreadtail. Assets. Concept. Okay, this is just for my own. Let's get that exported. Copy. Cabinet. Cabinet. Nice. Okay, that's the player. I'm gonna get a third instance of Blender. Oh boy. Getting fancy in here. So getting a little thin on memory. Come on. Get the ball rolling now. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do a little alteration here. If I want to match the thickness, this is much better to do this way. And then before we do this, apply scale. Fancy. Right, let's save this. Assets, models, furniture. Yeah. This is household cabinet. Wait a minute. That seems like an awkward way of achieving this. There are better ways of achieving this. I can do this. Nice. There we go. Actually, we can repeat the process. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna have to select everything and return the center point, cursor to the center point, and rotate everything on the z-axis. I think this should work. Yeah. Okay. Okay, if we want to be symmetrical, we should do it like this. Go from the outside. And then sides of the doors. And then we do the center one. Just like that. Okay, beautiful. Which means if we want this to be symmetrical, we could do the same thing. Just like that. Okay. I don't know if we'll ever need these inner spaces. I suppose they're there if we need them. Huh? Where did the extrusion go? Below. Okay, now how can we achieve this? Okay, I can foresee, possibly, okay, that's disproportionate. So we're just gonna have to eyeball it anyways. Actually, no. We can't extrude it. we're gonna have to do it this way. There we go. That should do it. Next. Don't need the sides. So, extrude on the y-axis. We're not going to move it too much. Then we're going to scale on the y-axis, but we're going to make sure that this option is enabled to merge nearby vertices, and then GY snap. We need to snap to vertices. GY, snap, and then delete faces. There we go. Actually, we don't want to delete faces. We want to use this as the glass. Sure. We could separate it as a different piece of geometry. Or, nah, that's fine. As a matter of fact, maybe a simple plane might be easier to work with. So that's fine. We're going to take these corners. Before we do anything, apply scale. And then bevel. That's really cool. Not what I need, though. Nice. Okay. Fill this face. Y to separate. Scale on the Z-axis. GY. Move it in. And that is our glass. Rotate 45 degrees. Yeah, I don't think we need to get too fancy with it. These doors are generally really thin. There we go. Nice. Seen you work on things from time to time. What do you mean third? This game is story based, but I want to get out some sort of a minimal playable version, which is arcade mode. Get into the level, survive the night, escape. And I wanted to see if I can do some networking, so 4-player co-op, and the players have to arrive to the location. I could just have black screen, fade to gameplay, and then, you know, Bob's your uncle, go play the game. But I wanted to try something a bit more fancy, which is a custom introduction sequence, which is where the 4 players are going to enter the level through one of 4 different animations. It would be an excuse for me to practice animations in the context of games, because I eventually do want to get into games that are much more cinematic and rely on animations quite a bit more. And, well, so far it's been looking pretty good. You know, just the average bar for quality seems to, generally speaking, benefit from having custom animations. One intro per player, yep, and it's just going to randomly select which player gets to experience which sequence. What's the TLDR of this game exactly? No, I can usually talk with half of my brain while using the other half to model. The arcade mode is just survive the swamp. The main game is story-based, same sort of premise, but your passage through the swamp is blocked by a giant concrete mechanized gate, and there's a passcode that you need to acquire to get through it. And the passcode takes you through this location that is scattered all across the swamp. You need to navigate yourself through the swamp past the creatures, locals, to essentially go through the story, the backstory. And then by the end of the backstory, you're gonna get your passcode. And yeah, that's gonna allow you to escape. The prototypes for the game are basically like Amnesia games. Soma, The Bunker, Dark Descent, Rebirth, that sort of stuff. Very story heavy. Ultimately, it's just uncovering, it's like detective work, uncovering the backstory. Sci-fi mystery. Is it low poly? It is definitely not low poly. It's as detailed as I can muster up with my creative vision, so to speak. So right now this is the 3rd animation I'm working on. Probably better to show the game. God, I can't wait to refine this. It looks jank as shit. Oh yeah, the phasing elbow, gotta love that. Go-Go Gadget collapsing limbs. Right, yeah, the game, visually speaking, it's a bit more... Ooh, let's close all tabs. What do we do, sandbox? Or level? I guess. Actually, I think Dimitar's sandbox is by far the most impressive. It's got all sorts of environmental prop goodies. Making a sign of sorts. A sign of sorts. Huh. Interesting. Oh, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So yeah, the visual presentation, poly count. This is pretty standard in the depth, I should say. So yeah, while I'm setting up all the basics, all the foundational stuff, Dimitar and Antoine take care of props. So that once we get to the actual level building, we have all the necessary resources to work with. So yeah, that's what we are working on. Oh, really? There we go. Cool. I think that's as much as I really need to go here for this prop. Yeah. Okay, I do want to apply mesh. Okay, we're gonna separate by selection, 1, 2. And we're also gonna do the same thing here. Convert to mesh, convert to mesh. Join. Actually, I might want to copy the doorknob right here. You know what? Let's position it right in the middle here. I've seen these awkward cabinets. The hinge is on the right, but the doorknob, or yeah, the knob for the cabinet is in the middle, and then you gotta put your elbow in it. Selection to cursor. Yes. Oh, really? Oh, we applied it. That's right. What the what? Interesting. Ah, that was the original extrusion. I see. That's where that went. I was wondering where the thickness of the doors go. Join this. Whoa. Easy does it. Okay, we're gonna do mirror. Just have you on my other screen while working. Gotcha. That seems to be the way my ramblings are most commonly used. Mark sharp. Yes, perfect. If you have an object that you want to duplicate, but may change it later. You cannot edit the mode. Alt D to duplicate linked. Yes, so it creates an instance of it. Absolutely. That's very, very quite handy. I do want the texturing data to be unique on these ones. So that's why I duplicate them. Let's round these corners a little bit. I don't think that's really necessary, but there we go. Nice. Yeah, we got the space to allow it. Cool. Okay, so I am gonna make this unique. Convert to mesh. And we are going to make 2. Set origin cursor. Nice. Set origin cursor. Beautiful. If you have an upgrade blender, they moved auto smooth to a node now instead of a setting. They moved it to a node. Oh, modifier. Really? Is that what they did? Now, why would they go on and do such a thing? I don't have a piece of geometry here, do I? Not a free floating one. Oh man. Auto smooth. Unassigned. Really? Deform? No. Array. Armature. Normals. Smooth by angle. So, before we had... Hold on a second. Whoa, wait a minute. Before we had something here. Edge split. So we had edge split, which had an angle input. It allowed us to create sharp edges, but it split them. Then they're like, use the auto smoothing property. And then they're like, no, never mind. Just go back to using the modifier. Son of a bitch. I should just never upgrade. God's sakes. Godot Engine developers did the same thing too. They're like, oh yeah, you know when you have layers in tiles? Yeah, just add a new tile map node and just reuse the tile set. It's perfect. You don't need many tile map nodes. And then later they're like, you know, if you want to have layers, don't make the tile map node. We have this layer feature that is a sub-property inside of a hidden property of a resource of some place you gotta go deep diving in. Go set that instead. It's gonna work. It's perfect. And then later they're like, no, you know what? Never mind. It's a node now. I can't blame them. It's an iterative process. I just find it funny. Also, son of a bitch, what happened here? Edges. No. Vertices. Give me back my beautiful extrusion. Okay, what's inside out? Good. Shift N? Yes. Nice. One for you can't use hard edges without auto smoothing, but now you can, because normal calculating now works just like auto smooth if it was set to 180 degrees. Ah, I see. Yeah, it's interesting. Hopefully that's gonna come in handy. Oh, well, I smoothed out the doorknob. Dang it. Don't want the doorknob to be smoothed out. Pretty much everything here has to be sharp. Yeah, cool. It's annoying when they change things. It's annoying when they change things and then bring it back. Although, you know, people complain about stuff being removed, so I suppose I shouldn't complain about that. Okay, you know what? No, we're gonna put that into texture. Alright, cool. Now, I'm half tempted to just texture this right away, since we're on the subject of it. Alright. That's good. Make sure I don't have any unnecessary faces. I do need that. Alright, for something like this, I'm pretty sure automatic UVs is going to be more than fine. More than sufficient. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, pack it up. Pack it up, pack it in. 77%. We're gonna have all these objects have physics. For the most part, a lot of these are static elements. Anything that is a physics item is exclusively inventory storable items. So for the most part, it's all just prop pieces and set pieces. Okay, now this I'm gonna make a part of that. So is this. No, can't do that. Convert to mesh. Okay, and then these we're gonna make children, and that can just be a part. Okay, let's just remap it. 78%. Sure. Okay, now let me call it cabinet. Ooh, lower cases. Please and thank you. So door, tall. This is left. Door, small, left. Right. There we go. Alright, let's double check the dimensions of this. So, it is saved. I should be able to go to the scene. This one. Okay. Do we include it as a part of this scene? Or should we just make it be a part of the Godot engine? Maybe. Plus, this current project is very intriguing to me. Well, thanks. Me too. Can't wait to see it actually start forming into something that stands on its own. I probably shouldn't be including it as a part of this scene. Let's be smart about it. Let's make it so that we could reuse it. Alright. So we only have 5 meshes in total. That's good. Let's extract this. Not GLB, no. This needs to go for texturing, so we're going to go assets, textures, substance. Okay, so household cabinet. Selections only. Nope, actually just export everything. New doc. Select object. 2K is okay. May or may not export as 1K. We'll have to see. Alright, so realistically, this thing is pretty gosh darn simple. Actually, one thing we're forgetting. The glass would have to be refractive, which means it has to use a different material slot. Oh. There we go. That ought to do it. Aha. There we go. Anything inside out? No. Cool. Export OBJ. Oh, I know why I wanted to include it in the project. It's only temporarily, but I needed to set the dimensions. Destroyed house. Need to check the dimensions, so I'm just gonna link this. Models. Assets. Yes, models, furniture, household cabinet, object. Yeah, just cabinets, okay. It's all the way over there. Selection to cursor. That is not what I wanted to do. Select that. Now I'm in pose mode. Well, that's going to be tricky. Selection to cursor. Hello? I can't move you. Man, this is just... Sure. Okay. Liable to override. Content. There we go. Selection to cursor. I think that might be a bit small. Yeah, I think that might be just a touch too small. Let's double check this. This thing is in the destroyed house. Now, I actually don't know if it's going to allow me to do a linked blend file with the linked blend files. Let's see. I'm going to parent it. So the transforms are in relation to that 1 point. Oh, what happened? That's the wrong Blender version. Open hands rig. If you want to move a linked object, the best decision is to make it a linked collection. Then it can move it or whatever. Yes. So I've seen that. And then I don't need to select individual objects that way. All right. Let's see here. So, oh yeah, that's really not that tall. We also need to adjust that throw animation. I kind of want the player to struggle to push it out. So right now it looks like they're throwing it. I want them to just nudge it so that the center of gravity takes over and throws it overboard. Okay, so we just need maybe 1.2 in scale. .2. Apply scale, save it, and then I'm pretty sure that if I reopen this, yeah, nice. Okay, so that's much taller now. It's much taller, but I can't move it anymore. Interesting. You make a link asset directory in Blender preferences, and then you can set an object as an asset. Open the asset browser, categorize it, automatically link everything. Interesting. Yeah, think of asset, not libraries, right? I've seen the libraries panel. Interesting. Okay, this cabinet. Oh, right. Did we move it hierarchically? Might have. Yes. Okay. When we pass it, we could be looking at the door. So not turn like this, but we'll just continue walking while looking at the door, and then our glance will pass past this cabinet. Okay. Yeah, that works. Let's get rid of this. Simple yet not low poly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until it all comes together. Okay, can I get rid of that? I can't because it's not here. Alright, so that cabinet we're actually gonna place in the game, in the engine. Okay, let's reload. We now have 2 materials. That's basically it. I think we got lucky with orientation here. Seems to me like in places where the wood is vertical, it makes... Oh, spoke too soon. It's fairly minor though. That's fine. Let's do this. Can we rotate this like that with an effect maybe? Transform. Oh, we can transform. Scaling offset. Well, that's... Oh, we do a rotation. That's perfect. We could rotate the entire smart material. Alright, cool. Duplicate. Nice. We don't need it here. We're going to give it a black mask. I will rotate this by 90 degrees. And then we're only going to apply it to the faces that don't seem to be lining up in the correct orientation. Which again, these are also pretty out of the way faces. Yeah, okay. The rest of orientation we seem to have gotten relatively lucky with. I do want to maybe decrease the grain size. Fibers. There it is. That is technically correct. Okay, why do I not see anything change here? That is wrong. That's really weird. Also fascinating, they're using noise in order to give complexity to the overall texture. I use that effect in pixel art. Okay, that doesn't help. Base color. Oh, you know what? It would help if we actually bake the mesh maps. That's probably why it doesn't have all the information. Output size 2K is okay. Let's get ambient occlusion to only occlude any meshes with the same name, because we don't want the door to cast a ginormous occlusion shape within the cavity of the cabinet. It's not really what we want. Okay. Nice. Now, curiously, did that allow us to change the tiling? It did not. It did a whole lot of diddly squat. UV wrap repeat, UV projection. Yeah, this is weird. That should be updating. As a matter of fact, I don't think anything here does anything. What? It has a mask. Ah, that's probably why. The grain isn't provided by the texture, it's provided by the mask. So we gotta, yeah, there we go. So like this. Okay, cool. I am gonna have to copy the color, propagate it here, except it seems to be different. Why is it different? It's inside out. I made sure. Nope. Okay. This could very well be an indicator that we might have to unwrap these faces manually. What is this? Those are not faces. And yet, it seems to be separate. Maybe that's what's causing the kerfuffle. Merge by distance. 8 vertices merged. I would reckon this one's suffering from the same thing. Merge by distance. Yep. Okay. Fascinating. Smart UV project. Pack it up. 78%. I'll take it. Export. Re-import mesh. Okay. Gonna bake it. There we go. Now the legs are still technically going in the wrong direction. These faces are fixed, so I guess those extra vertices were the culprits. Alright, you know what? We are going to ignore the second layer. I don't think we have to worry about the legs. They're kind of out of the view. That's fine. Let's get a layer of edge damage. Okay, so wood gets a little lighter when it gets scuffed. Not too lighter though. Still pretty rough. We could give it a little bit metallic, not metallic, but height difference, like it's being chiseled out. Dust. Put the edge damage on top so it seeps through the dust. Nice. Okay. That's looking pretty good, I'd say. I'm thinking maybe the doors themselves could be slightly darker. So let's try this. We're gonna remove mask. No transforms. I'm gonna give it a black mask. Apply it to the meshes. Set the base color to be slightly darker. Maybe slightly lighter. Okay, we could place it underneath the other effects. This might work. Okay, let me save this. That's not helpful. Retail substance. Household cabinet. Okay, now for the glass. I feel like I only need a color map for the glass. But that would involve a bit of transparency. Let's do this. We're not going to do the color. We are going to do roughness. So let's say for this one, we want to be able to display our mesh in a way that allows us to see blended alpha transparency. So we're going to switch to that shader. Okay, and then the rest is history. I'm going to give it a fill. Opacity. That's what we need to add. Okay, let's get another fill. Dirt. Dust occlusion. Beautiful. Increase it just a touch. And then the alpha is going to help us set the darkness, hopefully. I think that's basically all that we need here. The rest we have to do externally. Unless we want to make it here. Okay, we don't have the texture that I'm looking for to create a diamond pattern on the glass. So we might have to quickly put together something ourselves. Let's do 128 or 256. Okay. Now the diamond pattern I'm thinking of is high, it's taller than it is wide. Okay, so to do that is what I'm going to do. Draw a straight line. and we're going to shrink it to half the width. That might not actually work. We got to keep it here. All right, fair enough. Do that. And then on this layer, not like that, preferably. That's the diamond pattern. Okay, I'm going to save this. Textures, painted seamless. Oops. Actually save it. Now, we're gonna use a program called MineTax to quickly generate some normals, and it tends to do some funky wonky stuff when you give it a pattern like this. It tends to interpret things. Assets, textures, painted seamless. Okay. What? Assets, oh, really? Which means I might have saved it there as well. There we go. Diamond pattern. Give me normals. There we go. Okay, so right now it's giving me some pretty standard issue cuts. We are going to go to maps, normals. Well, that didn't actually give me what I wanted to get. It's close, but no cigar. Unless height can be a bit more handy. Nope, there's only 2 detailed layers here. Alright. Fair enough. Here's what we need to do. Select. Get a fill layer. And then we're going to get a... where is it? Tool options. Radial. Fill. Yep, we'll just do that. Actually, having this is very handy. Nice. All right, it's not too perfect. This could have been a lot more straight. Alright. Don't want to merge. I want to export. Painted. Seamless. There used to be an option to tile. It was in the 3D view. There we go. Okay, so all we ended up with is a bunch of nipples in the glass, so that's great. God damn it. Son of a gun. Why? Oh, you know what? Maybe we just don't want to do this pattern. Let's try something else. Instead of a radial, let's try a linear. Yes. And you know what? Let's grow the selection by pixel. Beautiful. Okay, that might produce something resembling the effect. I don't think it's going to be exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, we can't go over. Hold on. Maybe the first mine tax actually was a lot more rough around the edges, but that's what allowed it to create a more crude version of this effect. Let me try this. Okay. Okay, yes. Let's display that on a cube. There's the UV double. Never heard of this program. It still produces textures like specular and height. Or specular, and instead of metallic it's something else. So you have to flip it. It's not very common. I think it was made for like primarily Unity development, so you have to flip some of the textures. That's still usable though, in certain cases. Okay, 3D view. Go away. Thank you. Alright. Oh, yeah. That is definitely a lot more crude. Let's see. No, I don't want to save. Let's go to the normal. However, we're supposed to go there. Hello? Oh. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's not really producing what I want it to do. It does produce something that could potentially be used on another frosted glass type. This isn't really it. Alright, so away with you. Away with you. That pattern could probably be used on something interesting. But that's unfortunately not what we need. Okay, we could try making one. Quite literally baking the data. This is where Substance Designer would come in handy. Okay. How are we going to do this? We want it to be smooth. Rotate by 45 degrees on the z-axis. Scale on the y by half. Definitely not what I need. Okay, potentially. Oh, great. That's lovely. That's son of a gun. Alright, fine. Just brought her right back to where it was before. Do this. Yes, no. Except for those edges. Not really. Okay, we know this is the starting point. What can we do here? Multi-resolution? Let's do simple subdivide. And then maybe we can smooth it out and sculpt. Okay. Technically, yes. But not for the edges. So why don't we mask out? What is it? Alt-E? No, just E. Select that. Shrink the size. Mask out the edges. We should really make this 100% strength. And mirror it. Oh yeah, that was not very useful. This is entirely too much effort for what is essentially a diamond normal texture. Alright, then we'll take this, smooth it out. Yeah, we still have slightly sharp edges there. What is it? Control M? Nope. Alt M. No. Although I think Alt M just clears the mask, which is technically what we want. Alright. It's something. I'm not gonna say it's anything. There we go. Point 5. 0.5. Well, hello. There we go. Rotation has to be assigned. Now, if we do this, and then do another array, 0.5. Sure. That's fine. We'll just eyeball it. Alright. Getting somewhere. Basically, that's what I wanted to achieve. That is the final result. No gaps in between? Sure. Alright, this is honestly super dumb, but all we have to do is take a screenshot of this, because that's easier than rendering this out and baking it onto the surface. Actually, no. Okay, come on. This should be a fairly simple one. We should be able to... Oh. Maybe not. This is view dependent, isn't it? Let's give it a try. I guess we should probably save this in case. Assets, models, utility. Okay. So to bake this, well, shader editor. I'm gonna take this guy, give it a material, pattern, texture, image texture. Make a new one, 1024 is okay. And no alpha. Diamond pattern normal. Go through the normal map. Normal map. Go here, except this has to be going to the color, not the strength. Alright. So this has to be selected. We'll set it to non-color data. And then select this. Then select the object. You're gonna have to switch the cycles to do this. Bake. Normal only. Select it to active. Alright. No active image found. I just gave you the active image. It is selected. Select it to active. Alright. In the meantime, image editor, so we can see what's happening here. Not a whole lot is happening, apparently. What are the normals? Normals are correct. Let's crank up that extrusion. Hey! Nice. Okay. It's something. It's a texture. It's not the best texture. But let's try going higher. Okay. Image texture. Let's make a new one. 2048. Let's go 2K. Give that a try again. Pretty sure this will be more than enough. Okay, this is taking a bit longer. As a matter of fact, while it's baking, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hey, still at it. No, I did take a break. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I just need like 3 minutes. Okay, cool. What do we got? How did the animation turn out? Going out the window. That's actually what we're still working on. Just took a little detour to put a prop together. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and save. Assets. Textures. Nope. We're gonna put it into painted seamless, even though it's not really painted. 4K diamond. It's a 2K diamond, isn't it? It's 2048. Okay, protect this, protect that. Now, we need to turn this into a seamless texture. Okay, so right now, not seamless. Okay, still not seamless, but getting somewhere. Okay, that's better. And then something happening at the top. Nice. Beautiful. Save that shit up. Fantastic. So now that we have this, we can apply this as a fill. Nothing else. We could do this in Godot, actually. We don't have to do it here. If we do it here, we get a hard set. Actually, you know what? If we do it here, this teeny tiny dinky little bit of space right there is all that we actually get. That makes no sense. Hold on a second. That makes no sense. If the cabinet is on... If the glass of the cabinet is on a separate layer, it should have its own dedicated UV space. There we go. Which means the rest we can Smart TV project. And then there we go. Oh, 82% use space. Well, that's even better. Okay, assets, models. Not models. This would be assets, textures. Substance textures. Also with cabinet. OBJ. Export. Alright. Now this means that our glass here is going to get a lot more space. Okay, we're just going to rebake it. Feel like your life is deving. Pretty much. It's a fantastic medium that combines the many different aspects of art that I like, which is music, visual storytelling, creative writing, there's some artistic stuff. So yeah, there's quite a lot of interesting checkboxes being fulfilled when I do game development, rather than if I were to just paint or just do music. Okay, that looks like we actually squeezed a bit more detail. That's perfect. The glass, I see that there is tiling on the glass now. Oh yes. The dirt's gonna look a lot more pristine. You know what? We might as well just do it here. Let's see. Let's get texture. You get the texture in here. This is gonna be... No, this is music. Engine. Not engine. Assets. Textures. Painted. Seamless. Okay, get that in there. $2K. This is going to be a texture. And let's just make it a part of the library. Okay, pop that in there. This has to be above. No color, no metallic roughness, height. Yeah, that works. 2. Sure. Okay, now the final effect is going to be visible in the engine anyways. I don't think we have refraction visible here. Not unless we can add it. We have reflection. Scattering. Reflection might be the closest thing. That's fine. We'll just wing it. That's okay. Cool. So... I'm gonna make it nice and dark. Okay, that makes it difficult to see, but the way it looks here is not the point. Alright. File, export textures. We don't need to choose file type, we do need to choose the export preset. Combined, no height data. Engine. Textures, substance. Okay, and this is, I guess we're just saving it here. Household, what? Household cabinet. And there we go. Okay. Now, okay, that's just importing the textures. Do we want to export this right away? To be honest, probably likely. Yeah, and maybe we can export. How? How can we export? Maybe we can export as a single mesh. We have a cabinet. As a matter of fact, we have a couple of cabinets that are already programmed correctly with rotational code. So I'm wondering if perhaps we can just export this, well, usually, which is by exporting all the independent pieces separately, and then just reuse that script. Otherwise, we'd have to make a new one that accounts for all the objects being a part of the same scene. You know... Huh. maybe we should go through the trouble of doing that. Because if we add more cabinet-type objects with physically interactable doors, then that would make it infinitely easier. Just export the whole thing as a GLTF file. And then assign the scripts to individual components, and then you're done. I believe doors have to be rigid bodies, though. And as far as I know, you can't export an object out of Blender as GLTF and have it know if something has to be a rigid body. It can either do static bodies or meshes or empties. Alright, that's fine. We'll figure this out in the future. Engine. Models. Props. Do we have furniture? We do not have furniture. Bunker generic. Foliage. Let's call it residential. I think we categorize this by type. That should have an extra folder. Alright, and then in this case, obj is all that we need. Exported one object. We need to do objects. 5 objects. There we go. Okay, come on. There we go. Oh, these things don't have proper names, do they? Models. Why is it a GLB? Wait, destroyed household. That's... damn it. I need that. Okay, that's fine. We have to export it again. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Yup. Okay, now we're not going to go through the trouble of setting everything just yet. We are going to go just set up the material. Okay, so we have body, albedo normal, ORM. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through this. Assets. Assets? Materials. This would be custom materials. Props. Okay. So that should generate a material for us with everything pre-populated. Nice. Beautiful. And then hypothetically speaking, same material. Alright, and then the tall doors have a second one. So this is going to be glass. Generate the material. Okay, now this thing needs to be customized a bit. So first of all, roughness. We need to add some transparency. And we need to enable refraction. Now, normal. What do we have here? That did not export squat. What? Where's my normal? Oh, is it? Okay. I think it's because the alpha transparency got it. Okay, you know what? Fine. We will... Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm an idiot. I just... God damn it. I didn't toggle it back on before exporting. Export. Please and thank you. Go back. And Godot crashes. Ta-da! Everything went as expected. Okay. Whoops. Dreadtail, yes. We have failed successfully. Oh, sounds like Dimitar just got home after his flight. Cool beans. Means we can churn through more prop models, meshes. Come on, you bitch, load. Want to finish watching Mentalist, but I can't. I must contribute. Must at least wrap this up. God damn. We've been going for almost 2 hours. I still haven't touched the animation. So much for a sidetrack. Sheesh. Perks of being solo. Perks of being solo. Okay, come on now. There we go. Alright. Oh. Wait a minute, we didn't save the scene, did we? Nope. Dang it. Alright. So let's start with the static body this time. Materials got saved though. See, that's the benefit of using the plugin to create the materials. You never forget to save it and lose it in, you know, cases like this where Godot just crashes because it's already saved. Maybe I'll put the plugin up. Make it a, what is it? Make it a free download with an option to donate. Who knows? I've seen plenty of people complain about material setup being just a hog of a time. Taking forever. That goes here. This goes here. Yes, save it. Dear God, save it. Props. Objects, props. I guess this is residential. Nice. Okay. And now we get to see the actual normal diamond pattern. So we are going to take refraction, enable it. We need to tone down roughness. I think we can also tone down the normal. Actually, no. Keep it as it is. We do need to add transparency, though. There we go. That allows us to see through. Roughness doesn't wash out what's behind. And then normal, well, that just determines how much it distorts it. There you go. And then this is just to keep things under control, more or less. Okay, now we did have edge dirt, but it doesn't seem to shine through all that much. We'll have to figure that one out at some point. Okay, cool. It is done, at least partially. What? Hello? Where did my generate tri-mesh, triplanar collision option go? Create outline mesh. Oh, okay, I'm freaking blind. Okay, tri-mesh. It's going to be a sibling. Multiple convex, single convex. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh yes, by the way, this is supposed to be on this side. That it's supposed to be on this side. Nice. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Cool. There's probably some more stuff that we could have added here for details, but I didn't want to turn this what it actually still ended up turning into, which is a lengthy process of making that one prop. Okay. Finally we get a chance to work on this. Have you played Evil Within yet? Aw, man. You just reminded me. I totally forgot. I started the game, and it was interesting, and I never finished it. I was like right in the beginning, too. I don't know what happened. Oh, I know what happened. Resident Evil Village happened. God damn, I just forgot about it. Yes, it's on my list. Okay. Why is it... What? Where the heck is the player? Oh, this is not in the right place. I think us deleting the cabinet caused it to go slightly haywire. I don't see the center point. Oh, that's because there is no center point. That's because I deleted it. I thought I had something else selected. Okay, Go back here. Control-Shift-O. Open it up. Don't save it. Okay. Is it? Yes. Okay. It's back to being aligned to the right place. RE Village any good? Oh, it's pretty damn good. Just as an overall experience. Okay, let's try this. Right. Oh, that's the root bone. Don't want to touch that. Is the bone still affected by influencers? I sure hope not. No, doesn't seem like it. Okay. Fez says hi. Good day. Okay, let's get the camera. We're gonna make it look down first. here. Okay, you stay in the set position, please, and thank you. There we go, for a little while at least. Position it. Oh, okay. No wrist breaking. There we go. It's actually 3 a.m. here. Oh well. Look at that. Middle of what's the time equivalent of middle of buttfuck nowhere? Here's a question you want to ask ChatGPT. Middle of buttfuck sometime. God damn. These are the sort of important questions we ask here. Okay, now it doesn't have to be pretty. Again, fingers are kind of out of the view. Okay, clearing the pose doesn't really give us much. But we do want a different pose, though. That's not looking too great. Yeah, that could work. Do you notice the AI hype is coming down? Yeah. Yeah. Although the damage, I gotta say, is well, it's a bit reversible. We got people in schools who are using ChatGPT to create, do their homework. That's not gonna have any, you know, reasonable effect or immeasurable effect on anything. Hi, doctor. I'm here for my surgery. Ah, yes. I'm here to do some surgery on your uvula. All right. Go ahead. Drop your pants and turn around. Okay, can we get this hand to stay still for a sec? Make sure it's individual origins. Okay, what's What's this? Ah. Shenanigans. That's what this is. Okay, hypothetically, we're supposed to push off using our palm. Whoa! Okay. Excuse me. Let's just clear all transforms here. You teleporting fiend. What is... Oh, that's the wrist twist. Right, yeah, no, we'll deal with that later. Creative game UI website caught OpenAI scraping data after experiencing heavy lagging on the site. Ah, oh yeah, and you know, if you're running your website on AWS, you have a surprise $10,000 bill next month. That's always lovely. Okay. That palm switch is just ultra fast. God. Okay. It's technically it's out of view. We don't really have to worry about it. Technically, it's not the head that needs to rotate, it's the whole body. Are you gonna show the player shadow? Probably no shadow, because otherwise it's just floating arms. Okay, so we'll come back to that area. What? Why? Oh, right. I know why. Clearing transforms is not a good idea. Although I'm pretty sure I disabled. Let's see. How long does it take to learn Blender? It's a never-ending process. I don't know anywhere near enough that I wish I did to be able to pull off much larger projects. So it's a never-ending process. I have been using Blender ever since 2.8. When 2.8 released, that's when I started messing around with Blender. Okay, let's fix that elbow. I think next time around with the next rig, I'll probably make the elbow bones be children of the back. Okay, so This should definitely slow us down. So we have a bit of phasing happening here. That's not good. You should look at his left hand or right before deciding he is going right. I mean, I would assume that you are in full faculties of your limbs. And you kind of already know what you're gonna do. The main issue, however, is primarily not having too many unnecessary motions. So wasting time is what it is. Okay. So maybe right here, we're gonna go for this thing just kind of falling out. Right now it looks like we literally throw it out. So let's say we'll do that. Okay, it basically rolls over and crashes our wrist. That's lovely. Yeah, okay, that could work. And then as it's flying out, we'll have it nick a couple of pieces of glass on the way out. I'm going to place a keyframe here, and I'm going to transform it, run the 3D cursor, to make it slide like this. It's not just a simple motion. Also here, just try to keep that wrist twist as hidden as possible. Maybe we can do a nice little gesture with this hand. Jeez. Okay, can't transform Can't clearly transform with the palm itself. Okay, this is where we disable the influence. Okay, what if we disable it in a span of like a single frame? In which case, the camera, the hand is still out of view, so I should be able to just freely move it like this and kind of pretend like it's still holding it. Okay. I didn't do this gesture. Okay, that's a little weird. I guess we established the pose a little while back. So we'll still have to do some stuff with the fingers here. Let me just double check this. It's a little fast in the beginning. Okay. Okay, maybe before we do this, I can figure out what's happening here. So it shouldn't go straight down. Definitely, it should go sideways. Not bad. The little delay in the hand dangle gives it a sense of inertia. Okay, plenty more to fix, but at least it doesn't look like, well, full ass that we started with. Every time I start with just the basic pacing poses, I look at it and I'm like, am I gonna be able to fix this? Can we salvage this? Okay. It has this weird camera twist, but that's actually... I didn't actually do that. I think that was just interpolation of the weird angle that we ended up dropping through. Kind of play to our advantage here. I'll try to do this instead. Okay, after the first time the animation plays, I think I should give the players the ability to skip. It'll be like a first impressions type of deal. These things are coming in kind of slow. Okay, I see that rogue elbow. Where are you going? Okay. It's been 2.5 hours. It is almost 1 in the morning. I did do progress. It's not a heck of a lot of progress. I was kind of hoping to just be done with it. But progress is progress. Oh, when you said he should look to the left or right before deciding he's going right, you're talking about this point right here. Not the choosing of the hands. Yeah, it would make sense, but this animation is already almost twice as long as the other ones. Okay, this will do for now. We can continue this. I guess we can continue this next year. Jesus. Next week, because Friday is Sublunaris. Saturday is Child of Ether. Sunday is me time. Okay. Alright, that's it. Not bad. Maybe we'll get this done, and if we're lucky, we're also gonna get done the other animation. The final one. Cool. Alright, that's it. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate the company. Appreciate the chats. We'll continue in the next one.